Welcome to Gaming Alchemy, everybody. Today on the channel, we are going to be going through my top 10 most anticipated board games for 2026. And now a few little caveats. Obviously, I can't tell you for sure if these games are going to be actually coming out in 2026. I'm hopeful. And also, I did not back any of these. I'm a little bit leery about backing games these days with everything that's going on with tariffs and everything. And often I find the stretch goal stuff ends up just being a lot of bloat and a lot of FOMO kicks in. And I often find the base game and maybe one or two little tiny extra things is all you really need. And I find that the shipping is so expensive as well. And I just find that, I don't need all of that stuff. So that's why I haven't backed these games, but I usually just buy in retail or later on after everyone's forgotten about the game and they're selling it for cheap. That's usually when I like to pick games up. So that's just a few little caveats. And with that, let's get on with my number 10. And my number 10 is Tiny Epic Dungeons Adventures. So I love me a small box game that I can take when I'm on the road for work or whatever. And if I can do that in a dungeon crawl and a campaign, then that really interests me. And there's been tons of Tiny Epic games before. I never actually played the original Tiny Epic Dungeons. Heard that it's incredibly hard. So I'm interested to see what they do if they actually change the game at all. I think it's compatible with that game as well. So you can add that stuff in, I believe. But this looks intriguing because it's a tiny package. The cost should be a lot lower, and you can still have a pretty epic gaming experience with a campaign and everything. So that is my number 10. And my number 9 is Master of Orion Ad Astra. So I never played the video game version of this. It's based on a video game from the 90s, I think, or early 2000s. And it's basically a big 4X game. And I love 4X games, especially in space. So this one intrigues me quite a bit. And looking forward to seeing how this one is different from some of the other big ones out there like Eclipse and Twilight Imperium. I know there's like a deluxe version, I believe. Maybe it's every version, I don't know, but each faction comes with their own unique ships. And didn't seem like a ton of factions when I was just going through the campaign page for it. But this one looks really interesting, and I'm always up for a good 4X space game. So that is my number 9, Master of Orion Ad Astra. And my number 8 is Massive Darkness Dungeons of Shadowreach. This is a classic dungeon crawler game in the Massive Darkness universe. I own Massive Darkness 2, and this is supposed to be completely compatible, I believe, with Massive Darkness 2. And so more stuff with a different theme. Massive Darkness 2 was kind of like that hellscape kind of a theme. This is more of a classic dungeon kind of theme, I think, from what I can tell. And I love my dungeon crawlers. I'm kind of a sucker for them. But looking forward to seeing the things they add in this one, the different characters. I love the little mini games that each character has. So that is a lot of fun, and really looking forward to this one. So that is my number 8, Massive Darkness Dungeons of Shadowreach. And my number 7 on this list, I just kind of found out through Meet Me at the Table with Colin, and it's called Rove Anchor Point. And it looks really interesting. It's a kind of a dungeon crawl with a book that has all the maps on it, kind of similar to what Jaws of the Lion Gloomhaven did. And this one looks really interesting. It looks very similar to Gloomhaven, actually. The way the cards look, the way the map looks. It looks like it's mainly standees, and it looks very tactical, and it looks like it might really crunch your brain a lot. So it looks really interesting, and I'm excited to try this one. I know Tom from the Dice Tower rated it quite highly, so he's fairly pleased with it, so I'm interested to see how good it is. And that is my number 7, Rove Anchor Point. And my number 6 is Avalon the Riven Veil. And this is brought to us by the same folks that did Oathsworn Into the Deepwood. So that right there is enough to make me excited about this game. And it looks very different from Oathsworn. This is more like a dudes on a map, area control style game in this similar kind of vein of like Blood Rage and games like that. And I love those kind of tense uh, knife fight in a phone booth kind of games where you're fighting for different lands. They can be stressful at times, but they're always a lot of fun, and I really enjoy them. And the production on this game looks really amazing. There's a full mini version and more of a standee version as well, I believe, from what I remember. And this game looks really, really fun and interesting. And so looking forward to it. And that is my number 6, Avalon, the Riven Veil. And my number 5 game is a game called Story of Many. And I don't actually know if this game is going to actually be hitting retail or not. They seem like a bit more of an indie publisher. So I may not get the chance to play this one at all. But it is a giant, epic campaign style game that's going to take over 100 hours, I'm sure, to complete the whole thing. And it does get a little harder to play super long games like that. I kind of like how some games are going with smaller campaigns, like 3 scenario campaigns or 10 scenarios, something just a little bit shorter. I really like the length of Sleeping Gods. It takes you about 15 to 20 hours to complete, and then you're done. But this game is a huge, massive undertaking, and so this one may take longer than 2026 to come out. But this one looks really, really cool, really interesting. The story looks really awesome. So that is my number 5, Story of Many. And my number 4 is Western Legends Stories. So this is another campaign style game. I forget exactly how long they were planning on making the story for this, but I love Western Legends. I have that game and had it for a while, and it's a great game, and I love it. I love the theme. There's not as many Old West shoot 'em up gunslinger type games out there, especially ones that have a campaign. And this one's gonna be that. It's gonna be a story mode of Western Legends, basically. And you're gonna be able to go around and level up your character, find new weapons, horses, all those kind of fun things, treasures, and kind of giving me a Red Dead Redemption kind of vibe. And it looks really awesome. So looking forward to this one. This is probably one I am gonna actively seek out because it looks so good, and there's not too many games with this theme, and it's kind of nice to, get some variation on the theme of your campaign games. So that is my number 4, Western Legends Stories. And my number 3 is Lands of Evershade by Awaken Realms. I'm a pretty big Awaken Realms fan. I love a lot of their stuff. Their production values are huge and amazing, and this one looks no different. It has kind of a deluxe version, but also a standard version that has standees instead of so many miniatures. And that can be kind of nice to keep the box game size down and less minis to paint, of course, too. But this one was kind of one of those games I was talking about where the campaign is, I believe, like 3 scenarios long, and then you're done. Which is kind of what they did with Stalker as well, to give you shorter campaigns so you can actually get through them, because there are so many awesome campaign games out there now. And yeah, the story looks really interesting and intriguing in this one. So looking forward to trying this one out. Hopefully I will. Can't guarantee it, but this one looks very doable to actually complete. So that intrigues me a lot. So that is my number 3, Lands of Evershade. And my number 2 is actually an expansion because I love the game so much. And that is the new expansion for Mage Knight called Apocalypse Dragon. And if you've watched my channel at all, you know that Mage Knight is my favorite solo game of all time, and more content is always good. I love it. I want to see it. And this expansion looks really fun. It adds a new character, it adds a campaign, which has never officially been done before for Mage Knight. There's been some fan made campaigns, which are also very good, that are on Board Game Geek. But really looking forward to this. And the game is just so like infinitely playable because of the huge amount of scenarios available to you to play this game as. And this is just going to add more different ways to play Mage Knight, and it's going to be so much fun. Looking so forward to it. I thought it was actually going to be out this year, but it kind of looks like it's gotten pushed to 2026. So that is a bit of a cheat because it's not a game, it's an expansion, but it's Mage Knight, so I had to put it on here. So that is my number 2, the Apocalypse Dragon expansion for Mage Knight. And my number 1 most anticipated board game for 2026 is Shadows of Brimstone, Cursed Tomb of Kamantut. I'm totally butchering that name. I'm sorry. But this looks amazing. I love Shadows of Brimstone. And this is adding that Egyptian theme to it, which is another theme I love. Kind of your Indiana Jones kind of style theme. And this is going to be so much fun. I've got the Shadows of Brimstone Forbidden Fortress core box and a couple expansions. I got the Derelict ship now and an expansion for Forbidden Fortress Temple of Shadows, I believe. So I'm just kind of getting started in Shadows of Brimstone, but having so much fun with it. The miniatures are great and look awesome painted, and looking forward to just seeing this come to life on the table with the different tiles. The artwork is so good in this game, and they'll probably be adding a few extra rules and things for how certain enemies respond. And they keep supporting this system, which is so great to see. And so many people love it and are into it. And it's just a great dungeon crawler, one of my favorite dungeon crawlers now. And I just can't imagine my life without Shadows of Brimstone now. So looking forward to more of it. And that is my number 1, Shadows of Brimstone, the Egyptian themed one. I'm not even going to try saying the name again. But hopefully you enjoyed that list. Let me know in the comments below what your most anticipated games of 2026 are and which ones I missed. So thanks for watching. Subscribe and like, and we'll see you in the next video.